think one of the biggest surprises to investors in 2017 is that the market does better than people anticipate. Here we're at a moment in time where the Russell 2000 was up 21%, the S&P 500 was up 12% in 2016, but it also occurred at a moment where there was an enormous amount of money coming out of the market, out of equities in particular. We've lived in a world over the past 30 some odd years where bonds have been in a bull market. 2016 could be, and 2017 could be the continuing of, the end of the bull market in bonds and the beginning of a bull market in equities, where you're seeing a major shift away from bonds and safety into equities. And I think buying equities and owning equities for a long period of time is a way that people can compound their wealth in a way that they have forgotten about over the past several years. So to me, the biggest surprise next year is the market does better than people anticipate, and it's the continuation of what has been the beginning of a secular shift away from bonds into equities.
If I had to pick one surprise that I haven't seen anyone really speak about, it would be dissatisfaction among the ranks in Trump's cabinet. We have an apprentice president, an apprentice cabinet that really have to feel their way and be guided. And the question is, facing the reality, are there shifts that they see they have to accommodate that causes lack of unity within the inner circle? And what repercussions that may have to the animal spirits, the confidence levels. The first 100 days of any new administration always has its failures and its missteps. I think this one is more prone to it just because of the inexperience that many or most of the cabinet, as well as the president, has. Outcomes different than first imagined are entirely possible. What kind of reaction does that cause among the ranks would be my concern.
I think a reestablishment of Glass-Steagall could surprise people in 2017. Much of the discussion on the regulatory framework has been about pulling back regulations that have been put in over the last administration's 8-year period. But I think a reintroduction of Glass-Steagall at first could be looked at as very, very negative for the markets. But I think when it all got sorted out, I think it would probably be something that people felt more comfortable with. It would give us, I think, a better feeling about the security of the financial markets. And thus, that would be a really big surprise, which, again, I think in the short term would be looked upon as something very, very draconian. But then, as it would be thought through, I think people would say, you know what, I feel a lot better about markets that have separated certain parts of the financial system.
Investors are always surprised, but one of the surprises I think we could get in 2017 is what the Trump presidency really looks like. There's a big part of America that is worried about a Trump presidency. They're worried about the rhetoric that they heard during the campaign, but I think we have to take a deep breath. We don't have a governing track record, so we don't really know what he will do. We don't know how the Congress will respond to him, but we do know that oftentimes the campaign rhetoric is very severe and the governing is a lot lighter. So panic to benign is an absolute possibility for surprise.